Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 225. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the show. Um,
Yay!
we're back. I'm so tired. I've done so much cleaning. Uh, worked like all
I
day
feel that
yesterday in the house,
to a lesser degree.
and then I was gonna take the whole day off today,
And then you had to
but
do more stuff.
then I forgot we had the
Oh.
podcast too.
Oops.
That's why I turned the TV to the side. I was like, "Damn it! I'm gonna play games today if it kills me."
Yeah, well, it's either do it with you or do it without you tomorrow. Whatever it is. You got
Well, we're here now.
basketball.
How are you guys? Sounds like also cleaning and tired.
Yeah.
I called out last week, but only one day because my call outs only carry over if it's like consistent. So I still went. It's got to be continual days, not a day in between.
Chelsea's best friend is coming, so trying to do. You met Joy. You met Joy at the wedding.
Yeah.
So we're trying to prep everything. There, I mean, even stuff that I'm like, okay, well, we don't need to do this, but we're already in a cleaning mood. If I do it now, I won't have to do it later. So we cleaned some of the closet as well. Because in theory, people are going to be in and out of my room. I don't want, messy closets spilling out.
That's fair.
Joy might not be, but we're coming up very quickly on All Night Gamers weekend. So trying very, very hard.
Jill's too focused on her birthday right now. It's next week.
Nice. Yeah, Chelsea's is 9 days away.
I saw you got to grill.
Yeah.
Sure did. That was how I capped off yesterday. I cleaned for like probably a full good 9 hours straight.
Oh, full
I
day
mean,
of work.
Yeah, really. I got a lot done.
Especially for you.
And then at the end we grilled. We got some nice like 2-inch thick New York strips from the local supermarket and some squash and baked potatoes. Very good, very satisfying, and also a good way to break in the new grill. Steaks they came out great.
Nice. Love to hear it.
We're in summer, so Art should be switching back to its summer vegetable mix, which is like squash, zucchini, onions, and cherry tomatoes, I believe. Pretty good.
Okay, well, let's get right into it here. The deprofessionalization of video games was on full display at PAX East. Is this a article or
it is an article
event?
posted? That's my bad. There actually was like a journalist article thing with it.
I found it. Yeah. PAX East felt like a warning. Explosively successful games by solo devs and small teams are great, but it could lead to a dearth of vital specialists.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
I think the top comment helps explain it better than the actual article. You got it.
Lots of AI mess, no major guests or panels outside of Magic the Gathering cross Final Fantasy. A huge chunk of things that had already been part of Steam Next Fest, no free swag anywhere outside of lanyards, and maybe 3 major publishers present.
Oops.
Dang, that is sad. Like I've always kind of wanted to go to one, but like I don't want to go if it's gonna be lame. I want to go. Yeah, I want to go. Like I guess I want to go in an era that doesn't exist. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like how we wanted to go to E3, right? Where it's just like,
we wanted to go to E3 when E3 was really cool.
E3,
like,
yeah,
mid 2010s. There's everybody.
Yeah,
had
when it was like
going
press when it was like press only, like not. This is our conference. You will sit here for 8 hours while we wait to start our conference. Otherwise, you will not be sitting here.
Yeah, that's sad. I guess we kind of missed the boat. We're in the wrong generation for going and doing
We're about
stuff.
10 years too young to do any of the cool shit. Like in and that was kind of like anything, like from when we were in middle school, high school, that was really big, like YouTuber stuff, where it's like, if we had money at the time, we might have been able to pull it off. I know, in theory, you can still do YouTube, but like, there's a like classic YouTube where it's like you don't have to, follow, you can do whatever the hell you want, and you'll probably get views.
Yeah.
And that's how you got invited to all the conferences back in the day. It's just being popular enough, and because they don't care anymore. They're like, okay, well, we don't have to bother because we have our yeah, we have our big group of people that we want to invite.
I guess PAX will be dying soon, probably the way of E3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
PAX has a bit longer. It's gonna be like just a long death knell where it's just like that sure is PAX now. That's so sad. We'll probably be talking about this. What's the next? PAX South, maybe? I never know what the order is.
It sounds like we
But
don't need to
wait.
care.
Not if it's all gonna be the same. You know. Well, AI slop. Great.
The Lego Group has requested that the Bionicle Masks of Power fan project be shut down in its entirety and removed from the public eye. Um,
I,
fan
I
team
think that
had
was this.
permission from Lego in the past to work on this.
I wonder if that's the same deal for the Lego Universe, because fan team, because they were trying to bring that back, but I think they had something similar happen where they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, here's here's a notice from Lego. We can't do this anymore. Goodbye." I don't know what Lego's problem currently is. They they normally aren't this Nintendo and their antics. So I'm very, very intrigued.
Just
people in the comments think this would be harder. So they're gonna use the knowledge and experience as a foundation that they learned from Mask of Power to create a new game currently codenamed Project Rustbound. They haven't begun brainstorming concept, so they're still in the conceptual phase. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be as easy as Bloodborne Cart had a time doing, where they kind of just pivoted to scrubbing the Bloodborne references.
Fair.
um, speaking of Nintendo antics, oh, I skipped the line. Hold on. Pause. Nintendo likely to become primary partner for third-party game publishers over next generation. Uh, Analysts have, it's just quoting forecasting, I guess. I would like to know the
Yeah.
reason for that. Is it because that publishers can use those stupid BS game key cards? Or
I think it's just primarily, as you know, we've kind of hit like a point. And I know I sent the things that people were pointing out in GTA 6, and I watched Donkey's video where he's like, "How much will GTA 6 cost?" And he's like, "Look at this scene. There is not a single character in this scene doing the same thing. We're screwed. It's gonna cost so much." Um, but I generally kind of think for the most part, hit like a wall. with games, where there's not really like you can push it much further right now. I guess you can, but like there's the idea of budgets that kind of prevent that wall and time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you keep delaying, you have infinite time. Game, set, match.
Nintendo also takes down Smash Together, an unofficial Smash Brothers dating app, via a cease and desist.
I have no idea what this was.
That
I don't either,
think,
and that's why I'm like, why do we care taking this down? No fun.
because fuck Nintendo for taking things down, but like people were using this.
I guess.
Somebody had to be, right, because
Yeah.
otherwise there wouldn't be anybody up in arms.
Or it's the idea of, hey, Nintendo's and getting us a lot of clicks, so let's just find anything.
Yeah, that's probably more what it is.
I personally think it's because Nintendo doesn't let anybody have fun ever unless the fun is paying them money to have fun. Like
The fun is
anything
Nintendo
fan
approved.
made gets shot down, dude. It doesn't
Nintendo
matter what it
approved
is.
fun. It is Nintendo approved. If it's not Nintendo approved, you're doing it wrong.
And by doing it
I don't know what to tell
wrong, you mean for free.
Yes, those are the rules. I don't make the rules. Nintendo makes the rules. Those are the rules. You have to have fun in a Nintendo approved way.
I don't know. YouTubers have been doing for like 10, no, not 10, like more than 5 years now, like the Super Mario Online thing, and it's
Yeah,
still
Nintendo
ongoing.
Nintendo doesn't like that either.
They haven't liked it, but they didn't shut it down.
They definitely tried. They cut because the one I'm always recommending got fucking pissed about it because Nintendo told him to cease and desist, and he just did not. Because I remember it being like the Smash Together thing. I remember it being a big deal because Nintendo was hitting down on the little guy.
I mean, it's not really a big deal, but also that doesn't mean that we can't be upset about it.
Yeah, it's
The internet probably, the
comedy.
internet I think makes it blows things out of
bigger deal
proportion
than
a
it.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I doubt
they
anybody's
make it into a
actually
bigger
like
deal than it.
genuinely distraught, but still kind of I don't know.
It's very very easy to
Said it once, said
point
it
at
1,000
Nintendo. Go,
times.
why?
Nintendo doesn't let people have fun. We can't just have a little fun. You know, whatever. Stupid big companies, man. A fond farewell to Polygon from the people who worked there. Quote, it was a good website. I doubt I'll ever find a place like it for the rest of my career. It was most certainly not a good website, but thank you anyway.
It was not. Yay, Polygon's dead now. If only we can kill.
They're only saying that because they're now out of a job.
Yep.
And if there's one thing we've learned, it's don't make people think that you hate your job so much that they will not hire you.
Exactly.
Welcome
hey, Kyle's
back.
Let's go.
Hello. How are y'all?
Good.
All right, we're going through it.
Yeah, we are so sorry about your blue screen.
Thank you.
Kyle, do you have any thoughts about Smash Together being shut down?
He doesn't know what that is.
So,
a Smash Brothers dating app.
Bruh. Is that like for real?
Yes.
Well, it was.
It was.
Not anymore.
Was it? But it wasn't like Nintendo condoned. It was like someone
No,
made it.
that's why
it got taken down because Nintendo didn't condone it.
Yeah, Nintendo stepped in.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. Then I don't give a shit. You know what? Good on Nintendo.
Oh,
you finally shut down something that needed to be shut down.
It went into it had a demo.
What do you
or
mean
open
it had
beta.
demo?
It went into open beta. You had to text to get
a dating app. Bro, you
Not demo.
you find a match. You find a match. And you're
Beta.
like, sorry,
That's my bad. Open beta.
you find a match and your date is like, oh, sorry, this was an AI. your free trial is over. I'm sorry.
Okay, I got it. Smash Together advertised itself as a premium dating app for Super Smash Brothers of all kind, where you can make their dream doubles partner in and out of Smash with a matchmaking algorithm tailored to connect to your ideal Smash, including the screenshots of the app, included sections for listing your character of choice or main as notable wins and prompts, similar to those you might find in a dating app with a Smash Bros. Twist. I'm looking for someone who will make it out of pools at a major, for example. Cringe.
Nintendo, I'm not sure you needed to deal with
What
this. I think it was
exactly?
going to
I
deal
would
with
like to know about
itself.
this algorithm. What is this algorithm?
AI.
If your
It's
favorite character is
definitely
Mario,
AI.
do you just get matched with Peach? There's no way.
Probably.
What algorithm are you speaking
Well,
of?
my favorite characters don't really have a counterpart.
That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
guess Diddy Kong
saying.
does, but like my other two characters that I play besides Diddy Kong is freaking Game and Watch and Ice Climbers. Like, who does that match with? I don't know.
That's why I want to know what the algorithm is, because that'll tell us.
Yeah.
Will it? I don't know.
You know what?
I mean, I'm not
I
saying
think
it's going to be
it may.
correct or intuitive. I'm just saying it's going to tell us what it's doing.
What
You know?
what it's supposed to say the answer is.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
what attributes constitute of romantic interest? I don't know. I don't want to know, really.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know if I would care.
I can't stop thinking of how bad the people you meet on this app
Somebody
would smell.
somebody thought
Really, dude.
I mean,
Really.
that's my main
It's
thing. I'm like,
You're
Smash
so
people
right,
that
though.
want to date you based on what you play in Smash stink. That smells
well,
bad. I
no,
can smell it
not
now.
Do you
not just who you
remember?
play, not just who you play. Whether or not you think you'll make it out of the bracket at a tournament. That this is I'm not sure Nintendo needed to deal with this. I think it was going to deal with it by itself, honestly.
It's
Yeah, it
like
probably
that
wasn't Nintendo's very long
NFT
anyway.
one that dealt with itself.
Yeah, see, like,
What the-
I'm not encouraging people to use Smash together. I'm saying if Nintendo didn't take it down, we could have
They
probably
would've
read
taken it
some
stuff
really
down.
funny things in a couple weeks.
Oh, that's also true.
True.
And then it can be
Yeah.
I
shut
do like
down
reading
when
funny
And then it
something
can
things.
be shut down.
inevitably
Yeah,
horrible
after
happens. After something really
Yeah.
bad happens, we can shut it down. But until then,
after it stopped being funny.
Yeah, we would have had a Minecraft YouTuber situation on our hands.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Um, let's- Kingdom Hearts Missing Link canceled.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about
They-
that? I know y'all are big Kingdom Hearts people.
Dude,
I'm more upset because it's been 6 years of development, which means it's gonna play into the 4 and later in the series, like the lore that they wrote for it.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
So
it's
I'm really
not
hoping
great.
like we get like a movie or like a book or something that deals with the lore.
Just something. Because it's Square. It's going to be vital for the next chapter, which I think they already said too, was that it was going to play into it. So it's definitely there.
Probably for the best it was canceled though, because it was a Pokemon Go kind of game where you were supposed to like walk around but also do like
It was more complicated that like you actually had
yeah,
to
it was
try more
very
games.
complicated based on the gameplay trailers we got and the people who got to play the beta.
It's just kind of weird. Like, okay, honestly, I'm not surprised. Square's like, oh well, we can't do that. It's too expensive or whatever. But it's like, just release it at that point because you're not going to make, you're not going to make money having it killed off. So,
Um,
I don't know what they were thinking.
Yoko Shimomura, the composer, I assume, says it's honestly a pity
Yes.
that Kingdom Hearts Missing Link has been canceled. I too was able to play the beta test and was looking forward to the release. I hope the songs I wrote for this game can one day be heard by everyone. They also confirmed
And
Kingdom Hearts 4 is still in progress. They're working on it.
Yep,
Dedicated to
they
making
put
this
out
an
new
experience that
screenshots.
lives up to your expectations.
The
I
longer it
did
takes, the
post.
more expectations people will have.
It's kind of funny in the original trailer for the game. It says the story of a blank era, one that will eventually be forgotten.
Well, they're not wrong.
Whoops, not getting released. It is a shame though. We've heard some of her music in the trailers that she wrote for the game, and they're really good. Especially the new version of Dearly Beloved. So it is a shame that hopefully Square releases it. Like music. Or puts it in like
It'll be stolen by a hacker at some point, I assume, put on the internet.
And it's not already. It could be in a Square leak, and we just don't know about it.
Let's see. A note about. Oh yeah, so there was some hubbub about a Steam security breach that wasn't really a breach. From what I read, they stole useless number. You know, like the two-factor authentication numbers they send you. They
yes.
stole
this
a list of like what accounts had used which numbers, but that doesn't really matter because those numbers
Those numbers
expire.
aren't useful. Yeah, exactly.
So it's just numbers, and no actual account information was leaked or anything.
right. It is also a way Steam hasn't used in a
But
very
the
long
people-
time because they've used the authenticator on the app for most of
Yeah.
Steam
Very
at this
true.
point.
So it's just people trying to get a rise.
They tried to hack something out of Steam, I assume, but it's I don't know. I feel like it's probably a little easier to trust Valve on the security, given that they're PC people. PC
Yeah, they
people
know the
usually
type
actually
of login.
understand, yeah, proper modern security.
Yeah.
So I would trust Valve over many others on a basis of can you
Security
be
level,
hacked?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Hideo Kojima says he's left. Oh, also, it's really hard to you basically have to be on top of security as a PC company because that means your clientele are also PC people, which means a lot of them are going to try to hack you.
Fair.
Comes with it. Hideo Kojima says he's
Continue.
left a staff of USB stick of game ideas for after he dies. The first
Smart.
the first USB stick type game.
True.
It's a new genre.
I think that's an old genre. That's called getting hacked.
Mm.
What?
Do people that work with him just like have to swallow the fact that he's seemingly obnoxious?
Insane.
Here's a USB stick of things where you can develop. I'm too smart
Please
to tell you
develop
them now.
them.
You're not smart enough to understand these now. But when
But
I'm
when I
dead and I
die,
can't explain it
You'll
to you
probably
anymore,
you'll still probably be.
You'll still be
that's
very,
the
very
time to make
confused.
these. Yeah, when I can't
I was like, you'll
explain these
still
to
be
you.
stupid, but I also like am not gonna be here. So
So it won't be my problem.
exactly.
I mean, that's the best way, right? Because you can say, man, we designed Hideo Kojima's
Latest game,
brainchild
Barbie
he
Dreamhouse.
that
2.
he left
Oh,
behind for
Barbie
us.
Dreamhouse, let's go! Sorry, too much excitement. My fault.
Let's see. EA pushes a full return to office, effectively ending remote hiring.
Gross. Bad.
Rude.
Another one bites the dust.
Who
Get back in
cares?
the office.
Literally.
Man arrested over stolen Pokemon card hole worth £250,000. Jesus.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm too
He
old to be
stole
into
one
Pokemon.
Charizard that doesn't have the shadow.
Let's see. Individually graded cards over 500 pounds each, including a shiny silver Tempeus Lugia worth 560 pounds, a shiny Team Rocket Dark Charizard worth 350 pounds. That's crazy, dude. Who's paying this?
Somebody.
You know.
People.
Bro, 500. Just a half stack. Straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, ask there's that magic card that's worth more.
I don't care.
Black,
Wolf,
Black
Black
Lotus
Lotus,
is worth
yeah.
like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
that's we
And
can't
it's like,
fight
this is
all of these
insane.
domains in a day. Okay, let's just I already know about Magic, but this is oh my god. All of it's so bad. It's so bad.
Magic is, at least has been consistently
Insane.
high prices. I mean, that's why I don't really buy cards unless I like have like buying like fucking packs is already expensive. Buying singles is even more so. Like the only reason I buy singles is if I know exactly what I want and they're not like ridiculous expensive. Because otherwise, it's just not worth. And even still, it's usually not worth. But it's just because it's rare to get.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm too old. I'm out of touch. I can't understand it anymore.
Fair enough.
NBC Universal seems to accidentally confirm the sequel to the Super Mario Bros. Movie title, Super Mario World.
Yeah.
So this is more of a rumor, but
No, but I mean, they posted it on their site,
sure.
like alongside. But see, my thing was that Shrek and
Are they gonna have freaking Chris Pratt again, or are they gonna have someone else?
Yeah,
I've
they're
seen
gonna
Chris
have
Pratt,
Chris Pratt.
you know, the voice of Mario.
There's not
Unfortunately,
voice to Mario, bro.
I kind of got tired of seeing this headline. I saw this headline so many times. Like, can we stop talking about it? It's a title for a movie we already knew was coming and we know nothing about. Super Mario World tells us nothing.
it also doesn't confirm that it's the actual title.
Yeah, what are we doing here? I don't know. Rapid cynicism is the theme of the day, I guess. Sony considers further price rises as it braces for £500 million tariff impact. Cool. Yeah, let's just keep cranking those numbers up too. Speaking of cynicism,
I have to wonder if that's going to stay the same if the tariffs have changed since they said that, which I think they did. I don't.
see,
I'm
this
so
is
lost on where those are at this point, dude.
that's the
Which is
crux
a
of the
problem.
issue. The issue isn't the tariffs anymore at this point. It's that nobody knows what the tariffs are going to be tomorrow because Mr. Orange Crackface can't make up his mind, and he doesn't know what he's doing. Nobody knows what they're doing, and we all know this. It's the government. It's no one's known what they've been doing in the government for like 60 years. Like,
Real.
so now companies are raising all these prices, and now like we've cut tariffs back, maybe sort of, kind of, but not really. And so they're just gonna keep the prices high, and the companies are just gonna keep whatever money they don't have to pay. Like, we're not even accomplishing anything. I know this isn't a politics podcast. I'm not trying to drive the discussion there, but like, this is why all these companies are doing this, is because they don't know what's going to happen next. Like, We wake up tomorrow, we all read a new headline about some new tariff or something, and that changes all their logistics all over again.
Yep. The only thing I've heard about this round of them is that everyone is trying to order right now while they're while it's lower.
We might not have a source of income soon. We have to act fast.
Correct.
I saw that on a boomer like r/boomer humor. Normally those photos do not make me laugh, but that one someone posted when the tariffs first started coming in, and I was like, that's good. We might not have a source of income soon. We must spend now.
I mean, yeah, sure. Why not? It happened once before. It can happen again. History tends to repeat itself.
Yeah. Microsoft cutting 3% of the entire workforce.
Yay.
Um,
Let's go!
in 2024, they laid off 1,400 people. Between 2022 and 2023, estimated 16,000 people. And it'll likely be another 6,000 people, bringing them close to 25,000 total in 5 years. And they're also still
Insane.
acquiring companies.
Absolutely
Just
insane.
to fire more people.
True. That's what it is. That's Microsoft's goal is just acquisition and fire.
Admirable goal.
Love it, Microsoft. Thanks
Psych.
very much. Okay, on to Collector's Corner, the weekly segment where we talk about the games been playing and the games been buying. We spin a wheel to determine who goes first here. So let's see who we got. Oh, it's real close. Dang, let me share that screenshot. Alex, you're first this week.
Let's go.
It was almost Kyle by like literally the width of a hair.
He
Oh, wow,
doesn't
dang.
have his
It
bestie
really
to
was
come
almost.
save him and push him over to first.
Yeah, I don't even know if Bessie's gonna come here at this point.
I don't know.
Taking
I
5
tried
evers.
to find out.
I figured it wasn't
He's like,
because he just
he did
is.
his shower, but then now they're dragging him to Target and he hasn't eaten dinner and blah blah.
Why are they dragging him to? Okay, yeah, he's just not gonna join for the show then.
He's not going to be able to.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Okay.
be another situation like last week. I hope not.
Yeah. I hope not as well. I played a bit of Marvel Rivals, but the game of the week I played. What did I primarily play? I'm blanking. Like I played a little of where, but that wasn't what I put time into. Cameron and I watched or most of Acolyte. It's terrible. Don't watch it.
What is Acolyte? I don't even know what that is.
It's a Star
Star
Wars
Wars
show.
show set
Uh,
before like 200 years before the prequels,
that
and
would be
it's
why.
not good.
That would be why I don't know what it is. Because I have no desire.
You're
Just
not
watch
alone, bud.
Andor. It's great.
No. Y'all know I'm not a Star Wars guy.
I just can't sit still.
Yay!
Okay.
I guess
Well,
Claire's what I've primarily played. I don't know. I feel
if you caught out of
I'm
work,
blanking,
I
but
wouldn't be.
maybe
Yeah, maybe it's just a light week
yeah,
for you. So let's rest.
yeah. I think it. Yeah, right. Uh, just kind of like passing out randomly, like in bed, going, I'm up, and then like I don't do naps, so if I fall asleep, it's sleep time.
Well, all right. That sounds like your circadian rhythm's in great shape.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's amazing shape, right?
All right, let's see who's
My
next.
circadian rhythm is so fucked up right now.
Cameron, you're up.
All right, so I played lots of Earthbound. I'm trying to remember where I
Yeah, that
was
game
during the
sucked you
last
in and
show.
spit you out, dude.
Dude, that's been the same case for basically any of the games where like we've done it for the show, and I've been like, I'm going to finish this. And in Earthbound's case, it was, I'm going to finish this, or I will not know where the hell I'm going. Uh, classic RPG. Uh, same thing for Super Mario RPG though. It's just it's just very easy for me to get sucked into RPGs because I'm like, I have the excuse of I have to finish it because I won't know where to go. So finish Earthbound. I don't remember where I was as of the last show. Maybe Foreside. Not entirely certain. But
You're on
I
the fifth. You're on the fifth one,
okay.
I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm way, I finished. Um, lots of time on Earthbound. I made it. Chelsea had a couple doctor's appointments, so I was playing a lot while waiting for those. So I had plenty of time to do, to put, major hours in. Um, and then I grinded out for the Sword of Kings, which made the rest of the game pretty easy. And then I, made it to Gygus. Uh, didn't lose anybody to him, thankfully. Uh, but I got to the last prayer, and I was like, "Oh, it said nobody answered. I guess I had to beat him up now."
Hmm.
And I was like, "He sure doesn't seem to be dying. I guess I'll try it again." And then I won. I'm like, "Oh, huh."
Nice.
I absolutely enjoyed that epilogue though. That just getting to, you know, go all the way back to Nessa's house and Onette is very, very fun. Um so yeah, did that. Storm Adventures got partnered on YouTube. Um I finally made it through the 90 days uh, from when they kicked me out of the partnership program from when I had applied for it at 500 subs, and I was like,
What
okay,
does being
do I,
partnered do for
it's
you?
how you
If you
it
don't mind me
you
asking.
make money, you make money,
Ah,
and having 1,000 subs lets you make money off of the ads.
nice.
So very, very nice. They were like, hey, you're not approved, but you can do an appeal, and I was like, all right, this time I'm going to do the appeal with an actual thought process. I'm going to make sure I show everything because otherwise I'm not going to get in until August. And that's a lot of money I don't want to give up. Because I've already given up so much for this channel. Because it was, I was like, oh well, it'll be fine. No, it's not been fine. So I'm like, okay,
Fair.
I get this time around. I gotta do it the appeal correctly so that I can actually get in. So, talk through my processes, talk through my shorts, my live streams, and my various videos. And I was like, all right, if this doesn't get me in, I don't know what the hell will. I didn't expect it to be accepted. I was fully like, they're gonna ding me for something and it won't matter anyways. But
Hmm.
lo and behold, they approved me within like 12 hours. I was like, oh, money. Start the
Nice.
ads. Start doing ads. Um so now, now that I'm actually making ad revenue off of it, I'm like, I can actually do stuff that I've been thinking about for months and months and months. because I don't have to be like, oh, well, I don't want to invest the time into it because, why did I invest the time if I'm not going to get anything back for it? That's not like I make a ton of money off YouTube anyways, but I'm like, I'm not going to invest more time into it if I'm not going to make anything off of it, you know?
Yeah.
I got you.
Um, so I've actually, because of that, I've actually been playing Minecraft. I'm currently playing it even, because I am working on one of my video things, and I need a visual, right? Because let me show you what I'm working on, right? It's the video idea is like a new resort for a new value level resort for Disney, right? This is the graphic I came up with because I was like, okay, I need a graphic. I'll make everything a layer and then add layers as I go throughout the
That
video.
sure is a
That
graphic.
sure is a graphic. I'm like, I can't
Wow.
show this. The people are going to click off this video so fast. Yeah.
What is that?
Dude, that is basically my first game. That's what I thought of as soon as I started working on it. I'm like, this is how Obby Night looked for my first programming class. Um, but instead, I have started building an actual visual uh, using this as a basis. So, do it, doing the main building, and I'm gonna do all the little uh actual room buildings, and I'll have some, and it will. I mean, it's Minecraft. It's not like it's the prettiest thing in the world, but I'm like, it's not as painful to look at as this graphic. So
Yeah, that graphic ain't great.
no, it
Also,
is
why
very high level.
what up with the sensei penguin and the little fluff ball dude
Uh,
and the
so
pirate penguin?
the idea is various video games or video game based movies that Disney owns. So obviously Kingdom Hearts, Wreck-It Ralph, Tron. But I was like, okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, then why not reach into some of those other properties? So you got Toontown Online, which was Disney's first and arguably biggest MMO, and then you've got Club Penguin, which they acquired, and because it was so big, and they went, "This is ours now, actually." So I was like, I think those would be fun to have as resort rooms.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, that's Sensei for Cardjutsu, and that's Rockhopper the pirate. Because there's not that many named characters in Club Penguin, and I was like, these are the two most iconic.
You must have never played Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force, brother.
Well, okay, but that's not the same. Elite Penguin
Sure it
Force has names, but I would not say they're as iconic.
I
Maybe
would
the
argue
scientist, I don't know.
the most named character in Club Penguin is the polar bear.
Yeah, Herbert. Yeah, I can't have a giant polar bear. That doesn't make people are going to go. That's the Coca-Cola bear. Wait, did the Coke use the polar bear still?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, but that
only
is
around the
crazy to
winter
think
time,
that
but
polar bear just equates to Coca-Cola. We're
that
so
is kinda
cooked. We're
crazy.
so cooked,
They were
boys.
so cooked.
Oh man. It's just a
Y'all are so
polar
cooked,
bear.
I don't think that the polar
It
bear
doesn't
is.
mean it's a Coca-Cola polar bear.
It does if I
Every time
give
you
them a
look at a
Coca-Cola
tiger,
bottle.
do you think about Frosted Flakes? How
Yes.
screwed are we?
Or no, what was it I saw recently? If Hello Kitty's not a cat, she's a girl, then is Tony the Tiger just no?
I don't know, but I don't like that question. All right. Well,
Yeah. I also played the game of the week.
Yeah.
Very very sporadic because I was like, I'm beating Earthbound. If it, as soon as possible, I'm beating Earthbound, and now I'm like, I don't know what to do because everything I want to play, I need to record for the channel. Because StormwindGames is at its closest that it's ever been to me actually needing to like legitimately post daily instead of just having it scheduled to post daily. So Switch
He
2
actually
comes
has
soon
to
enough.
do work.
Switch 2, baby. But yeah, let's roll.
See who's last. It's me. Kyle, you're up.
All right, let me turn on my camera because I got some stuff to show off.
Another week, another Grant is last. 28%, my dude.
No,
Well,
he can
as you
only
can
go
see,
first, or he
I'm
can
a bit
only go
sunburnt.
last. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
your image and I went, dang.
I was like,
that
damn,
poor
Kyle looks like
boy.
he got beat up.
Yeah, they didn't have
Yeah.
sunblock in the medieval times.
Yeah, they didn't have sunblock.
Exactly.
So I don't. I think I may have shown my progress on my pipe roll last week. Did I?
Yeah, you're talking
Yeah,
about
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. I finished it.
it. Okay.
So
Cool.
here, actually, let me put it back, and then I can show you the. I think I'm very proud of it. It came out way better than I was expecting. This is the outside, the front of the outside. Got this little like strap goes around it and then wraps underneath the other strap. This is the back. It has like a little spot right here for a pipe. And then these are belt loops right here. And whenever you're like undoing the strap, it just comes out, wraps around, and then the whole thing comes apart. But I hand stitched all of this red stitching along this entire thing,
Nice.
which
Very
took
impressive.
a while.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
but you're proud of yourself, right?
So I am very proud of myself. This is
Kind
the
of have
inside.
those carcinogens at a moment's notice.
Exactly. This is the inside. I have this little. This is what holds the bowl, which is right here. So this goes in here. And it sits like that. And then inside the bowl I usually put this, which is like a little stand that I made. It's just like a strip of leather with a rivet driven through it. Right here I made like two little pouches for little pipe cleaners. So I have like in here little rolled up pipe cleaners that I can use. The spot for the check tool, the spot for the pipe. This is a little pocket for my lighter. I have like a little thing with that I can put matches in, and then this is like a piece of the match box so that you can just take a match off and strike without like I don't have to carry anything extra. And then down here I have a pocket to actually put the tobacco in. And it honestly, I mean it came out really well. I took everything out of it whenever I got home, but if I
Nice.
hadn't taken everything out of it, it can hold two pipes of. I mean, I had two like little snack baggies, snack size Ziploc baggies of tobacco just in case
God.
someone wanted to share. I
Smoking a
had the
fucking
lighter. I had
quarter of
matches.
tobacco in a single day, bro? You're like,
No,
yeah,
no.
maybe. I don't know.
Who
No,
knows?
I just didn't. I didn't know if someone else wanted to share or anything. I didn't. I only smoked one time on the trip. I smoked for like probably like 30 minutes maybe. I found a nice little quiet spot to sit down and watch the joust and smoked my pipe while
Nice,
I watched
nice.
the joust. That was pretty cool. Um, and yeah. And then I got this. You might not be able to see the etching on it, but it says 40 years the Georgia Renaissance Festival 2025. It's like a little
Nice grog mug.
overpriced, yeah, a little
Nice.
overpriced like metal tankard, metal mug.
Yep.
It's really nice though. It's sturdy. I mean, whenever I got it though, I was very disappointed. I got what's called a wasp sting. It was like, it was like whatever pour of cider they had, and then like 2 shots of mead, and it only came to here. I was very like upset. I was
Yeah,
like,
dude, that's
come
a
on,
grog mug.
I was saying like I paid for the for the like special mug. Can I get the special mug, please? Or can I get like what's worth of the
Can
special
you
mug?
fill a mug with what I paid for?
Literally, yeah. I got this. So this I got because I went to one of the shows. It's like this little
Key.
skeleton shape, little heart shaped key. It's really
Nice.
cool looking though. I'm gonna probably put that like on a string or on a chain or something, and bring it on my next Ren Fair excursion.
And
And
wear
then
sunblock next time.
um, I mean, I had some on, and it did not.
Did you
Well,
put it on
don't
once and then walk around all day for 10
Yeah.
hours? Don't tell me that.
Yeah, because they don't sell sunblock at Ren Fair.
don't worry,
Bring it
Kyle.
with you.
But
I have
you
an
literally
entire bag of
carried around a
sunblock. You will not.
bag.
No, nobody's gonna burn at Epic Universe.
You brought a
Jokes on
quarter
you.
pound of tobacco and no sunblock.
I did not bring anywhere near a quarter pound. I didn't even bring like an eighth of a pound. I
But
didn't
you
even
said you
bring.
brought
Okay,
you
buddy.
brought 2 snack baggies worth, so a full sandwich bag worth of tobacco.
No, no. I brought probably like
He brought 2
an
bags,
ounce,
but they
maybe
were
probably like an ounce.
split between.
Yeah. Like they weren't full. I just had two like snack sized bags with tobacco in them. Anyway, this is my cloak. I showed it last week,
Yeah.
but I got a cool thing. I got this little. It's like a brooch, and it has
Yeah.
little, like Nordic symbol on it. I thought it was really cool looking, and it has like the chainmail clasp.
Yeah, it's designed to hold the cloak together.
Yeah. So hold up, I had it on. Um, just I mean, obviously it's not doing anything right now because I have the other 2 done, but like that's how it would be. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Again, gonna wear it. So, and then last but not least, I don't think anyone here is a very big Lord of the Rings fan in the same way I am.
No, we're
Are
not
y'all?
special.
I
Love you,
That's
bud.
crazy work. But I got a sword,
Good
and
God.
it is Orcrist, which is the sword that that's pretty cool. It's got like this elvish runing
Yeah.
there, and then on the other side as well.
is this the Rim
Oh,
Festival in
that's
Georgia?
very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already said it was in
Yeah,
Georgia.
where you been?
Somehow I miss Georgia.
And
Bro,
then
where the Tancred was from.
it's the sword that not Theoden, fuck. Thorin uses in The Hobbit, and it's the sword that Thranduil steals from him. So
And now you've stolen it from Thunderwill.
damn straight I did. Actually, I stole it from the dude who stole it from Thranduil and decided to put it on display for at Georgia Ren Fair. So, did I may have mentioned this last week. I don't remember, but I have Elden Ring Night Rain. Given what just happened whenever I tried to play Elden Ring,
Yeah, your computer ain't
He's
running that.
finally gonna clean his PC.
I
Your,
don't
your
think
computer
that
ain't running that.
I don't think that I'll be able to play it, but I bought it. I did not play Game of the Week because I thought about it right before the podcast. Tried to download it, wasn't downloading. Thought, oh, maybe I'll play a game while it downloads. Blue
And
screen my
then,
PC.
yep.
Yeah, no bueno. So, I don't. Well, I played a game. I played Vellum. I played a little bit of golf. That's about it. I don't think I played anything else. I don't know. It was a very light week for me.
When you play golf,
Um,
or do you mean disc
Luke.
golf?
No, I mean golf with golf with your friends. Luke got on one evening and was playing golf. Golf with your friends, and he was like, "Hey, I have no friends. You want to play golf?" I was like, "Not really, but sure."
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say Kyle playing golf.
Yeah, I don't. Y'all know I don't love it, but it is what it is.
Does
I
not
don't.
like golf with his friends.
I don't blame you. I've been asked several times in the past month or so, maybe 2 months, to
Yeah,
play
but you
golf.
burned yourself out. You burned yourself out on it, dude.
Yeah, I sure did. It's gonna be a while before I can really enjoy that game again.
Yeah, when Golf 2 comes out.
Oh yeah, right. That's still happening.
Probably. That's still
Right.
probably
And we're
happening. We haven't heard anything about it in a while.
Okay. Well,
Right, because we all want to play the beta
Here, I'll
so
set.
that we can tell them what they're doing wrong, which is
We can tell them to make
I'm gonna
Hollow
stuff
Knight
send.
from
gamers
one.
I'm gonna
Stuff
send a
from
group
one.
photo
We want them to improve.
in the Discord real quick, so y'all can check all the fits that we had. It was pretty good. While Grant goes ahead and starts.
okay. Let's see. Uh, yeah. I did so much work on the house yesterday. Got a new bidet installed. That's
Good job.
exciting. Fixed the toilet,
Okay.
flush valve, cleaned the oven, swept and mopped and cleaned a bunch of cabinets out. I pulled a entertainment center out from behind the wall, cleaned under there, cleaned under a couple couches, broken the new grill with some fatty steaks. I've been busy at work. I've been busy not at work. I'm becoming an overnight oats guy. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes, we
I've
sell it.
gotten
We make
ads
it at
for
work. We don't just sell it. We actually make it.
Cool. So yeah, I'm doing that now. It's pretty freaking convenient. I've got to make some tonight actually, after the show for work tomorrow. But I've got a couple pretty good mix-in recipes that have worked out really well for me. So big on oats. I have been mostly playing Game Boy stuff this week, GBA stuff. I since I had a few weeks in between trips, I moved a couple of my save files that I had been playing on my Steam Deck back to my GBA flash cart. So playing on real hardware while I'm home. I finally decided to pony up to fix my GBA that I tried to upgrade a couple months ago, and I screwed it up and I broke the shell on accident. Cut off one too many pieces of plastic. So we just decided that we're gonna flush this whole orange color scheme down the drain, and we're gonna make this Game Boy look like a Super Famicom. So I've got all that on order. So I hope to say before the trip that I can come on the show and have a even prettier GBA on here.
Fair.
I socketed another couple of batteries, Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Red. I've only got two left, or two sockets left. I need to order more, but I've been working on that. Busted out the N64 today for some reason. I don't know why. I just felt like playing Mario 64.
Just to buy him.
And I have noticed, I think I was too harsh on Mario 64 because really I think the issue is that you just have to be willing to accept outdated methodologies of controls and spend the time to learn it. Go against your zeitgeist and understand
how I had to
platforming.
accept that's how I had to accept Earthbound as well. There's things I would love, if they had a modern like a modern release. But honestly, just being able to save like right before a boss was good enough like the inventory system frustrated me. Especially when I learned that you can't just give your sister all of your garbage items. There is eventually a limit. I'm like, that's not good. So, I had to deal with that. But I was like, once, other than that, I was like, I can deal with everything else being, you know, uh, late 80s, early 90s game style. Because it's like, that this is fine. This could be so much worse.
Yeah, so it's really just a little bit of patience and having to accept that if I want to play Mario 64 and I want to enjoy it the way that everybody else seems to enjoy it, that I'm just gonna have to learn what this game's BS is and work around it. So I've been slowly doing that, and I have been enjoying the game more. So I'm slowly just kind of chipping away at it. I don't know. I've fully just like stopped caring about what I'm playing, as in like I'm gonna force myself to play one game at a time because it's just not who I am. So I just listened to the voices in my head, and the voices told me to play in Nintendo 64 today. So I
Yeah.
did.
Fair.
Like, dude, that's my thing. I'm always like, I want to play this. I want to play this, and I'm like, okay, but I'm not getting any progress. Then I feel bad that I'm not making any progress. I'm like, okay, but I still
Who
want to play those other
cares?
games though.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. So,
At the end of the day.
go on to what I've mostly been playing, my GBA flashcard, Pokemon Emerald, Harvest Moon, and Super Mario Advance 4, just for a little nostalgia bait. A little bit more Mega Man Battle Network. That game is really unconventional, but I like the story. Like, it's an interesting setup. I have not played enough to really get into the meat and potatoes of it, but the setup is fun. I'm learning the mechanics. It's really just a different game, but I'm enjoying it. And yeah, a little bit on the Switch, a little bit more on the 3DS. That's really kind of about it, I think. Yeah,
Nice.
I played on the CRT some. Felt like being old school, I guess. I have just accepted the fact that my CRT is going to be slightly wrong for the rest of its existence. I don't understand how to
I
fix
mean,
yolks. I don't understand degaussing, and I don't want to risk killing
breaking
myself.
it completely, or yeah,
Yeah, I
both
could
are
care
bad.
less if I break it. I've broken plenty of things in the sake of learning, but
Trying
there's like
high
actual, yeah, there's
voltage.
very high voltage in that box, and there's a good chance I kill myself if I don't actually know what I'm doing, which I don't. So the image is just like slightly off center. It's like looking at a painting that's wrong, but I'm just over it. It's old stupid electronics that probably aren't going to last all that much longer in the first place anyway. So I'm just trying to forget about it and enjoy it while I can. A little bit more Mario Kart DS, a little more Pokemon Heart Gold. And yeah, I think that's about all I got. So on to Download Station, the Resident Evil 7 teaser demo, beginning hour, which I
Let's
also did
go.
not play because I
Oh,
totally
crazy.
forgot until you brought it up before we started
Right before the
recording.
show.
That's when I remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also whenever I remember.
Ironically, Alex did ask me to remind everyone to play, and I was like, "Well, Kyle's out, so he's not going to be able to play." And if Grant's doing anything but resting, he's not going to be able to play. So it doesn't really matter if they bring it up or not.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. Like 80% of those games I've been playing were today. Pokemon Emerald's been the only mainstay, and that's because Pokemon Emerald is something that you can play and walk around and do other things at the same time.
Mhm.
Uh, so I just get more hours in on that. But yeah, it's really it's a shame. I don't like this having to do shit all the time thing. I'm getting pretty sick of it.
That's real.
But it's okay. Soon, new house, everything will be done. Only a couple
Yep.
months.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so with that, Alex and Cameron, I think you guys should take the floor for this.
The
Okay,
only two that
so
played it.
yeah, you play as Clancy, I think, or at least that's who you play in the video. But I think it's also who you play here in the demo. There's like 4 and 3 endings or something like that. There's like endings. Yeah. All right, let's see. You got the true ending, but you cannot take damage from the one enemy in the demo, which is really hard.
What do you do in the demo?
Uh,
Just like puzzles?
It's the beginning.
so-
Here, I got it. I've actually got it. That grand family. It's the beginning of 7. You're in the baker's house. Like just when Ethan like enters the house initially before he gets plugged in the
Okay.
face.
Yeah.
But it starts you in the room and it says escape. But there's like different things you can find. So like you can go down to the basement if you find the key. There's like 5 murders that you could solve, which is what I was trying to do, and it broke. But there's
Yeah.
one molded enemy in the demo
Mm.
in the basement that will that if it attacks you, you'll get the infected ending when you try to leave through the window. If it doesn't kill you, because it can kill you, because I've died to it.
Interesting.
There's the backdoor ending, which is the one I assume Cameron did.
I got
Where you
welcome to
get
the family.
you get slugged by Jack in the face, and he says, "Welcome to the family, son."
Yeah, I got welcome to the family.
And on the consoles only, there's a phone call only version.
Interesting.
But then there's like you collect the finger and you go around and you do the 5 giggles. There's like a doll of Mia during that.
Mm.
And that's how you get a coin. Like one of the coins you can spend in the game is if you solve the 5 murders, you get a dirty coin.
Yeah, for the upgrades, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I
got close, but it broke.
I got murdered. I found some of the items, but I was like, oh well, I'm gonna die if I go upstairs. So I didn't go upstairs. And then I died anyways. I was like, oh, huh. Fun.
Is it a good demo? You think?
It's fun.
Yeah,
It's hard
it
because
is.
I guess it's hard for me because it's in first person, like the
Mm.
rest of 7. But the dude you play, if I understand correctly, it might just be the person in the videotape. Um, is now that arm's definitely Ethan. So maybe you do play Ethan in this. But like I know one of the things is like you play card games as one of the DLC in RE7,
Okay.
and that guy's name is Clancy, and Clancy's from the VHS.
Oh yeah. One of the news guys or reporter
Yeah,
guys.
it's like card games against um God, what's the son's name? Lucan.
I don't know, man.
The name I remember easiest is Jack. I think it's Lucas,
We'll
but
go
like
with that.
Lucas
I know who you're talking
uh, breaks your fingers.
about. Nice.
It is Lucas
That
in
sounds
that
like
demo. Or DLC. It is a very creepy DLC.
All right.
It is. I will say it is kind of hard to judge, like whether or not it would actually make someone want to play 7 if they were not already interested in playing 7.
Someone said the demo didn't make them want to play 7, and then they played 7 and it was different. It's like, it's not. It's more of the
I mean, to be
slower.
fair, the Resident Evil 8 demos told me barely anything about Resident Evil 8 that wasn't story
In the
focused.
trailers. Yeah.
Like there was no really gameplay to speak of. There was a couple puzzles, sure, but like that doesn't tell me anything about the game. Every Resident Evil has puzzles in it. Like
Yeah,
I could
that's
soak
kind of
in
my
the
thing.
atmosphere, but what does that mean to me if I don't already know about this game and am interested in it?
Yeah, I don't. It's not a bad time. I just don't know if you're on the fence, if this is going to make you
Okay.
go, oh yeah, let me, I because of this demo, I want to play, instead of being like, having a friend like Alex, where it's like, you should play this. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what Ace demos are. One is Maiden, and Maiden's canon, but it's very short.
Yeah, there's like one in the town, there's one in the castle.
Demo.
There's just a couple.
Okay, yeah, there's 3. There's Maiden, which you play as the little girl that you don't get to see, but you collect her necklace, and in game you get, or the main game, there's like exact same necklace, but it says girl's name necklace. There's gameplay demo, which I think this is the town one. And there's one where you run around the mansion, because I'm pretty sure, but like differently.
All right.
No, it's to play a section of Village VR. So if you want to try the VR Village, that's the other demo. So you're right. One's the town, because it's like the RE4's fight demo.
Yeah. Okay, well, on to the tidbits. Take-Two boss makes lofty GTA promises despite the sky-high hype. Quote, Rockstar Games is trying to create the best thing anyone's ever seen in entertainment. How many times has someone said that before coming out with any piece of media?
Every time,
This
right?
is, yeah, like, so what?
This is
Every movie's the best movie in America, right?
Yeah, number 1 movie, however many weeks running.
Every movie is
All
that.
every movie, every single movie is the number 1 movie, because you can just, as long as you go by this metric, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Nobody's checking. They know
Yeah,
nobody's checking.
that's the key. Just don't check how we come up with those numbers. Well, GTA 6. I don't even care. Can we stop talking about it till it comes out, like for real?
No, you'll
No.
talk about it and like
This
it.
is like
And
Bayonetta 3.
We'll find out probably at the Summer Games Fest what it costs. And then we'll have
and
like 50 million articles on why GTA 6 deserves to cost $100 for its base edition.
No, I'm okay, thanks.
GTA 5 continues to sell 5 million copies every 3 months. There's no way. 5 million copies every 3
I read
months?
that and I was like, I'm the same as you. I know it's
yeah, how?
Who reported
always
this?
Who is still buying this game? I don't. How are there still this many people that are interested that haven't bought the game already?
As a part of its latest financial report, publisher Take-Two confirmed that GTA 5 has sold and 215 million units, up from 210 in the last quarterly report. So yeah, they did sell 5 million units this past quarter.
That's crazy, dude. How?
I know like base price is now like $30 or $20.
Yeah, but how? Like, where are you still finding people
But-
to buy this game?
RDR2 is also selling by the wagon load with 4 million copies sold in the past 3 months.
That's insane. How?
And I don't know where you would find 5 million people
I
still
mean,
buying.
I don't like games continue to be bigger and bigger, and like
I guess
GTA is, I don't know, like
I
the
guess
face
the
of
idea is
gaming for
people
a
are
normie.
like, yeah, it is. But I guess the idea also is, man, GTA 6 looks cool. For people who've just seen the trailer and never played a game, they're like, oh, I'll play
GTA
what's
5.
available.
What I was hyped about before I spend $100 when it's inevitably $100.
That's
It's
so
gotta be what it
ridiculous.
is, right?
That's so many copies.
Yeah,
But
dude,
I mean,
how?
it helps when it's available on every platform, everywhere.
Is it on Nintendo yet?
I mean, no, but
But most people that have a Switch also have a second system, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah. Siberia Remastered announced for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Just
It's like a
Cy-
20-year-old game or something.
yeah, the game Siberia sounds like a fun time.
Siberia.
A remake of Benoit Sokol's point-and-click adventure game classic.
Excuse me.
Visual overhaul, redesigned gameplay, same captivating storytelling. Okay.
And it looks pretty. It's got good lighting and stuff like that, which is always nice to see.
Stellar Blade's PC bonus content will be added to PS5 for free. Shift Up confirms. That's great news.
Let's
Love to see
go.
that.
I'd like to see free content.
Epic CEO says Apple still hasn't approved its Fortnite iOS submission, suggests it's obstructing the process. Yeah, now we're just being petty here.
But that's what Apple does best.
True.
Yeah, really, I'm over this drama. How about we just ban Fortnite and destroy Apple phones? Why don't we just like, I don't know. Why don't we ruin everything? Why don't we just bomb both companies entirely? And then nobody can be happy.
Problem
For
solved.
legal
Perfect.
reasons, this is a joke.
Yeah, in Minecraft, of course. Square Enix's game sales drop, but multi-platform strategy continues in earnest.
Square Enix always sees game sales drop. Dude, I don't understand.
Well, I don't think they released anything this last quarter.
They probably see game sales drop because it's not Christmas anymore, big dog. The past quarter's been people doing anti-Christmas.
Especially the last couple of months.
Yeah, also
Yeah,
tariffs are
yeah.
up, eggs are still expensive.
Prices are up. Gas is
and
fluctuating
everything
out
else.
the wazoo.
Yeah, everything's
Dude,
just like, who knows?
In the last week, I've seen gas go from like 280 up to 320, and now it's back on the decline. I'm just like, I can't. I just can't, dude.
Persona 5 The Phantom X global release announced for June 26th. Apparently has been out in China since April 12th of last year. Why did China get it first?
The company in China made it.
Checks out.
We love China.
Great comment. 1,600 social credit.
Thanks.
God of War 20th anniversary cast reunion panel, including T.C. Carson, the original voice actor of Kratos. Was this at a?
Brownie thing, or they uploaded it to their
Oh, okay. It's like a YouTube video.
YouTube. Yeah.
Neat. Shocker news. More Nintendo Switch games got confirmed to be getting free updates for Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm so shocked.
Yeah, like this wasn't gonna happen. Although I am glad to see
Free.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on that list. Although I do hope it's
Maybe
gonna
it'll
be one
be
of the
like
games.
not a horrible
Cerebi.
graphic piece of
Well,
shit anymore.
Cerebi's where I saw the pictures posted, but does seem like it's going to be not native 4K, but it does seem like it's going to be upscaled to 4K.
Graphics are still ugly. I could just tell a
But now they're in 4K.
I mean, that does not help.
Yeah, 4K and ugly. Great.
4K ugly.
The big difference that I saw in the photos was the number of entities on screen. The Switch 2 can actually support more than 2 Pokemon on screen at a time.
Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so pathetic to say, but
I mean, in a way, yes, but also it's kind of funny.
so yeah, that's happening. Nintendo releases new artwork featuring new renders for Mario and Company. That is about as interesting as anything else you could see on the Nintendo Today app.
Is that where the new Diddy Kong art came from?
It is where the new Diddy Kong art came from.
I don't like that.
I don't like change either. Nobody
Change
does.
bad.
Like, honestly, change doesn't bother me as long as it's change that looks good. It just doesn't look right, though. He looks weird. Like, so does Donkey Kong, too, in my opinion. Like, they don't look correct.
Fair.
I
think that's just because it's such a
big
long time
change,
render.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's not, it's not like Mario's or something where it's like,
And that is probably
oh, well,
part
this
of
is
it,
an
but it's
HD
also-
version of it. But it's like we've already had HD Donkey Kong, so like,
Yeah, like this is
it's
just
not.
they
This is
changed the
not.
way they look
This is
now.
massive change. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not just making an older design look better. It's taking a design that was.
I mean, it's
perfectly fine
almost
how
taking
was,
taking the movie design and making it the real life one.
Yeah, which is not what it should be. Like the Donkey Kong literally is the movie design. Like there's no.
Yeah.
Well, they also
look
did the
exact
same. They did the same for Diddy Kong. He's got the little DD button on his hat like he does in the movie.
Bruh. The fuck.
Pokemon Sword and Shield music is now available on Nintendo Music. Woo.
Yay.
Switch 2 confirmed to not support variable refresh rates when docked. I was hoping that wasn't going to be like a big thing because I would hope that most people understand that just because a device supports variable refresh rate, if the screen you're using does not, then it's not going to work.
Then it's not going to work, yeah.
Now, I still think they should have made it available because there's also plenty of people with higher refresh rate screens these days, and it's just kind of a software thing. But whatever, Nintendo does nonsensical stuff because they just like being obtuse.
Nonsensical. Nintendo does nonsensical things more at 11 with the sky is blue.
They're schizophrenic. They think people are watching them when in fact
We are.
I mean, like we are, but like
True.
Not for the reasons they want, or not for
Like,
the reasons they think, but
they
we
think
are.
we're gonna arrest them,
Yeah.
so they have to change their name. Like they're constantly in witness protection. They just never let them know your next move. Let's see. Nintendo reiterates plan to continue bringing out new titles for the original Switch. That'll last about another 3 years.
Year
2
two.
years.
Yeah.
2-3 years. 2 pillars, guys. Remember, 2 pillars.
2 pillar. Nintendo hasn't had 2 pillars in years.
The 3DS was the second pillar.
Bruh. Also, didn't they give up on that like 4 years ago? Or 6? I don't know. I can't count.
I don't know. It is always 2 pillars.
Hmm.
There must always be 2.
The 3DS is not a pillar right now.
It died.
I don't know. Is the Switch 2 a second pillar?
Yeah.
Or is it just
will
like
be as long
spackle
as
on the old
Nintendo's-
pillar?
It will be as long as Nintendo says it is.
Do not question, just reiterate.
Yes.
Dinosaur Planet recompiled for the N64. Now, this was what was to become Star Fox, right?
Yes, but it's recompiled for PC, not for the NC. Well, I guess I misunderstand. Hold on. I thought it was
I mean, it probably is recompiled for PC, but it's from the N64 is what I was saying.
yeah.
Neat.
It is what became
Fairfax.
yeah, Star Fox Adventure. Or,
Stairfax temperatures. Who remembers that reference?
yeah.
From
Aesthetic
Bloomberg.
recompiled. Yeah, it is a native port for PC.
Interesting.
Or recompiled the native.
Yeah,
Like
it's not like
the
Nintendo's porting it.
Sunshine one we talked about, or not Sunshine. Mario 64, Ocarina of Time have both got one done by fans.
Mario Party 4 is getting one now.
I don't fully understand how they don't get shut down.
It's different. Somehow. I'm not going to pretend I know how it's different, but it is.
There is definitely something preventing them from it because you know they would if they could.
Mhm.
From Bloomberg, video game makers turn back to Kickstarter in tough funding climate. Well, bad news, bro. Nobody else has any money either.
Joke's on
Yep.
you.
And if we did have money, we wouldn't be giving it to you.
Yeah, and speaking of, I was going to read that article, but I opened it and I got hit with a paywall, so fuck you, Bloomberg. I don't give a shit about your stupid article anyway. Speaking of
That's
tough funding
hilarious.
climate, how's this for a tough funding
That's-
climate?
That is so funny that you
Literally got paywalled trying to read the article. We're so cooked.
Oh darn.
Old but still interesting tidbit for the week brought to you by Cameron. Mario 64 World Select requires 12 frames before you can pick a star. If you don't pick a star for 2.25 years, then it will cause an integer overflow and you will be unable to select a star for another 2.25 years as the game will be frozen.
Wait, for what?
For Mario 64. If you leave it, I don't know how people discover this shit, dude. But if you leave it running, and eventually it'll integer overflow into the negatives, and you have to wait until it gets out of the
Re-overflows.
negatives.
Well, you could just reset the game, right?
Yeah, but that's not what this is about. This is about being
Yeah.
psychotic and
This
leaving a
must be
copy
like-
of Mario 64 running for 5 years. I think what they found probably is like since the code's been decompiled, and obviously so many people have had their fingers in that code just looking through it. Some people probably find it like a hobby of theirs to find bugs. So someone might
And then
have run
simulate
Mario
the
60.
bugs.
They might have run it through a debugger and found that like this variable, that integer, whatever integer it is not ever being reset. So it's a memory leak, but it's so slow that you would never notice. And they're like, oh, I wonder how long it would take. So then they figure out, based on the clock speed of an N64 and all that jazz, how long would it take for that integer to overflow? I don't know. Programmer stuff, I guess.
Basically, reset your variables.
Or don't. It's funny.
Or don't. It's funny.
We support
Yeah.
memory leaks here on the All Night Gamers podcast.
No, only if it's slow. It can't be like Pokemon Sun and Shield. No. Sword and Shield. Had the memory
Sun and
leak,
Shield.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, Sun and Shield. And it happened fast. You play for like an hour, and then all of a sudden things aren't loading properly and stuff. No, it's got to be slow like this, where it eventually happens.
Only a couple rumors for the week. Injustice 3 is rumored to be in development. I never really got into the Injustice series.
I've tried them. They're fine. I'd rather play. I guess I don't really. My problem is I don't really play fighters, but Mensch.
Yeah,
I guess that's my weakest series, right? Is fighting games.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Mhm.
From Xstasis, Sony will release a PlayStation Portable handheld in 2026 or 2027, along with PlayStation 6. Valve is working on a
Believe it when I see
stationary
it.
console.
Nice.
So, okay, Valve now fully
Well,
understands that the reason that they compete with consoles is because they just need to provide a box with a pretty UI that even the stupidest of people can understand.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
it works. So they're just gonna build you a PC and
Yeah,
give
right.
you a pretty
With a
little Linux
pretty
UI.
UI.
It's literally gonna be a Steam Deck just with a more power. You be more powerful because it's
But plug
stationary.
in.
Otherwise
Yeah.
known as a PC, because the Steam Deck is a
Yes.
PC already.
Yes.
We're back to Steam Box. Let's go. I already tried once.
Yeah, but that was different, and
Yeah, it is.
also trying to do what they were doing in an era with the Wi-Fi we had at the time, ahead of its time. But I'm excited. That'd be cool. Also, I can't believe we're already close to the PlayStation 6. I'm getting so old. I'm so done. I'm out of that. Definitely not buying a PS6.
Crazy. I mean, fair, but
I mean, I bought a PlayStation 5 and it was awesome, but now literally the only thing that thing is good for to me is Gran Turismo 7 because I just rather play everything else on PC. Like if I don't own something on PC that's only on PlayStation 5, I'll still play it there, but like I'm not making an effort to use that console. And if I could buy Gran Turismo 7 on PC, I would do it right now and sell that console. I just like it's not my platform. It's a PC but worse, and it doesn't have anything exclusive to it like Nintendo does to make me give enough of a damn to keep it around. God of War just isn't going to do it for me. And even then, God of War is on PC now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of
And thank God it is, because
dude. Straight up, this
it's a
is
good
why
game.
Nintendo
I
will
wanted to
never
play it.
get into the PC market because as soon as they do, they're gonna have the same issue Sony is, where it's like, okay, but why would I buy the PS5 when I already have the PC? And eventually, a year or two from now, they're gonna release it on PC. Like when they like, so fine,
it depends because for a lot of people, PCs are outpricing. But that is fair for like PC gamers.
Well, yeah, but also like you got
where was I going?
That I can't help you with.
Games like Horizon, right? They're trying to make that an actual series, right? They're trying to make it big. But when you pull Spider-Man out of exclusivity, that's your bread and butter right there. People are buying your console because of games like Spider-Man.
Gotta
They're not
work.
buying it for Horizon. I got Horizon with my PS5 and I still haven't played it.
The only thing that would make me buy a PlayStation is if they brought back Bloodborne and remastered it. Like that.
You'd love gaming leaks and rumors. Every week there's a Bloodborne rumor.
Yeah, I know, but that's why it's a rumor. It's not actually ever gonna be true because they fucking hate that game, even though it was one of their best sellers. It's pain, bro. It's pain.
All right. On to finishing topic for the week. So, what game do you wish you could experience for the first time again, and which game do you wish you could not experience for the first time again? I.e., name a game that you would not enjoy playing now if you forgot everything you know about it. I can start us off. First game I wish I could
Okay.
experience again. Link's Awakening, for sure, hands down. That story is never going to be the same
That's
to me
great.
now.
I'd say that's a
It,
great game.
the game changes entirely after the first time you play it. You can't get that experience again. And which game do I wish I could not experience for the first time again? Apex Legends.
Oh wow. You know what? That's
Yeah.
fair.
Cut, print the tape, moving on.
All right, let's see. I think a game I wouldn't care for at this point. Similar vein, PUBG. It's just it's the same idea as Apex. It's like, okay, great. I just would not care about it at this point.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games where you really have to just be playing with friends, and it's I don't really feel like I've ever cared for the hyper realistic games anyways, and PUBG just I have it because I was playing with people at the time. Game I would love to play for the first time again. Probably Soul Silver. It is, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a little grindy, but there is so much love in that for a remake, especially a Pokemon remake. So it'd be nice to play it for the first time again. Get to experience that Pokewalker and all its unexplored glory.
Yeah, actually being like feeling that original excitement for something as stupid as a pedometer, or I guess
True.
as uninteresting as a pedometer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, Kyle, Alex, what you guys got?
I'm trying to come up with the second one. I've got a few answers for the first one. The second question's killing me.
Honestly, I don't want to be called a shill, but y'all already know who my first answer is coming from. Uh, gotta be Bloodborne, probably. As much as I love Elden Ring, it wasn't my first FromSoft game. Bloodborne was. And once you've played one, you have like a better idea. Obviously, like there's always going to be like bits and moments that just feel completely new and they're still exciting nonetheless. Just like, every Zelda game is still the same premise, go kill Ganon and rescue Zelda.
Ganon's
Or,
only in like half the games.
I know. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, if it's
And
not Ganon
only
directly,
half
it's
the games, only
Ganon's
half the games
controlling the
that
sky.
FromSoft produce are like true Souls-likes. As you always like to bring up, The Adventures of Cookies and Cream is definitely not a Souls-like,
Let's
but most
go!
people make it. Anyway, the general premise though, go, level up your character, like kill monsters, level up your character, and move on to harder monsters, and then kill the boss. But the first time that you play any of those types of games, and for me it was Bloodborne, it just it sticks with you, and I would love to go back, especially because I don't get to play it at all anymore because I don't have a PlayStation. And even if I did, the only thing I'd use on it is Bloodborne. It's just, I mean, I'd love to go back and play it again for the first time, especially if they ever remaster it. It'd be great to go back and play it again for the first time. In terms of a game that I wish that I probably wouldn't never have played, or wish I hadn't played, whatever the question is. I can't remember the wording of it. I'm gonna be so real. Probably. I'm with Grant in the fact that I hate Apex, but I can't choose like the same one. So I guess
Did you
I'm gonna
put
go
a lot of
with.
hours in Apex, didn't you?
I did, yeah, but I hated every minute of it. Like honestly, the only reason I have as many hours in Apex as I do is because I had friends that would only play Apex, and I wanted to play with my friends, and I couldn't convince them to play an actually fun game, so I played Apex with them. Cooper being one of them. He's the reason why I have like at least half of my hours in Apex. I would say
I mean,
probably Liar's
that
Bar. I really don't like that game. Honestly, I've played enough. I played enough bullshit whenever I was in Scouts and just like playing with a deck of cards around a table. It, and I literally spent like $20 to get a freaking video game version of it that's not even that fun. And it's also just furries, and it makes me uncomfortable.
What?
Have you not seen gameplay of Liar's Bar?
No.
Well, it's like furries playing cards. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
yeah, you're talking about
Yeah,
it like it was severely traumatic.
No, it's not. I'm not. I don't mean to. It's actually probably a fine game for someone who,
cares.
enjoys playing card games like that. But if I'm gonna play cards, I want to be in front of a group of people
Yeah.
playing fucking cards. Like I don't. Like
Not a
I'm not.
group of a bunch of virtual furries.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not like traumatized by it. I'm tired. It's been a long day.
yeah.
So
I
I'm
know.
not my usual enthusiastic self.
Virtual
What do you mean?
furries.
So you'd normally be enthusiastic about the furries? That's what I'm hearing.
No, I'm. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I would be. Y'all know
Okay, just making
I
sure.
mean, I wore my fursuit all weekend. Come on.
No, he knew it.
All right, Alex, what you got?
Oh, okay. So y'all two are probably the more correct answer. What I'd probably know. I mean, because I won't touch it again. So, but I didn't put as much time into it as y'all did. I think I don't know how it would affect it. I don't like Jackbox except for one game in Jackbox, but I don't like the rest of it.
I like Jackbox. You just
Yeah.
have to get like a pretty large group together. I feel like in order for it to be fun.
I like bombs, and that's it.
That's fair.
So that might be my dislike answer, but that's an interesting question because, like, if you've never played it, then people are gonna be like, we gotta play it.
What game?
Jackbox. I just don't like any
Oh,
any of them in it besides bombs.
I mean, it's good enough.
I think it depends on which game. Obviously, it like heavily depends on which one you play. But
I've
I do
played
feel
like
like
every game in Jackbox.
I don't know. I think it's pretty fun.
Now, as for a game I would play again, I'd love to play again. Yours is pretty close, Grant. I love Link's Awakening. I've played the 3 different versions that exist because of that reason.
Yeah.
Um,
But you can't play. That's the thing. You play the different versions, but it's not the same
It's
after the
not the
first time
same.
because
it
you
is
know what's
not
gonna
the
happen.
same. Yeah.
And like, it's I don't know. It's hard to draw a line in the sand there because like, no shit, you're gonna know what's gonna happen after you play any game for the first time, and
Yeah.
like, it's not gonna
But
be
like
the same.
that, but like that feeling of
Yeah, that
wonder,
feeling.
you
Yeah.
know.
But
I don't know about that feeling, bro.
my first game that I would, or the game I would love to play again for the first time, it's either The World Ends With You or it's Persona 5 Royal.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay.
I mean, I've talked length on the show before about about how much I love
Yeah.
Yeah.
both of these games. I've talked a lot about my feelings on The World Ends With You, and then Persona 5, I put like 200, or Royal, I put like 250 hours in it, like in really quick time,
Yeah.
because I did 2 full playthroughs to unlock everything.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't pick though between them.
That's fair enough. Well, Cooper's gonna have quite a backlog of questions to answer when he finally makes it back to the show.
Yeah.
He keeps just being so busy.
Yeah, it's
That's life,
it's
though.
that's life. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
it's life. But anyway, I guess that'll wrap it up for us here. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, usually 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you get your podcast, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at All Night Gamers with a play with a K with a play.
With the
Bleh.
play.
Kyle's not the only one that is running on fumes.
Tired.
Yeah.
What at All Night Gamers with a K. We'll reel that back in. What game do you want to experience for the first time again? What game do you wish you could forget everything about and never have to touch? And yeah, with that, we'll be back here next week as always for more gaming new talk and discussion. Be sure to follow us for the next few weeks. Our big trip to Nintendo World's coming up, so we'll have a lot of things to talk about. We're gonna try to do a show down there, so
Oh yeah.
keep up with us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
But
good
until
time.
All Night
then,
Gamers Weekend. Let's go.
we'll be back as usual next week.
It's soon.
Thanks so much for listening. Have a good week. We love you all to death. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.
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 Bye.